Amy Adams.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance and asks, what progress has the government made this year in laying the foundations for a more ambitious and faster growing economy?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, we have made very considerable progress, particularly since that ambitious growth for this economy is certainly going to take some time in the light of the global financial crisis. So over the last 12 months, we've introduced the biggest tax reform in 25 years, improved public services by freeing up about $4 billion for frontline services by reducing back office services and ineffective programs, invested billions in roads, begun the rollout of ultra-fast broadband and a large home insulation package, started New Zealand's first PPPs, focused on improving education and skills with the introduction of national standards, and brought about the amalgamation of 8 councils in Auckland to one very successfully.
Amy Adams.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, what impact has the government had on New Zealand's national savings?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, over the last 2 years, private savings have lifted, but government savings have fallen. The net effect is that national savings has lifted substantially, as witnessed by the improvement in the balance of payments. Looking ahead over the next 3 years, the external deficit is likely to increase as the economy improves, but it is expected to be about half or less of the level of the 5 years to 2008. Our government will continue to look for opportunities to reduce its deficits and therefore make more of a positive contribution to national savings.
Pay the money back.
Amy Adams.
What are the main challenges the government faces in 2011 and beyond?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, there are, of course, many challenges, but the government has picked out a few which it thinks are pretty important. More than 170,000 long-term beneficiaries have been on benefits for 5 years or more. Large numbers of people lack adequate housing and find themselves sitting on waiting lists. Thousands of young New Zealanders leave school every year without proper qualifications. And that's after 9 years of the Labor government who said they'd fix all that, but instead they damaged the economy and made a lot of our social outcomes worse.
Amy Adams.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What can the country expect from the government in 2011 and beyond?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, it can expect the same excellent leadership it's had from the Prime Minister, as well as continued sharp thinking and innovation over how to lift our economic growth rates. The government will be sticking to its 6 core areas of economic policy, delivering world-class infrastructure, better public services, improved regulation, better skills and innovation, and a growth-friendly tax system. Alongside that, we will be confronting the challenge of lifting our national savings rate so we can reduce our debt to overseas lenders.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Can the public also expect in the next year him to repay the $500,000 he got from pretending to live in Dipton?
Order. I apologise to both sides of the House because I was pondering the question asked, because there are questions around the extent of responsibility, but perhaps I shouldn't be ruling the question out. I'm sure the Minister is perfectly capable of handling it. The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, as the member knows, all those matters were dealt with by the Auditor-General, including certification by his colleague Margaret Wilson of my living circumstances.
Question number 2, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr